You've probably said something, some version of the following. You didn't brush your teeth today. Feed the dog, an animal needs to be taken care of. You have to finish your homework before you get 20 minutes on your phone. We ask or tell our children to do things every day that not only benefit them currently, such as getting rid of bad breath or making sure poor Fido doesn't go to bed hungry, but that also instill a lifelong habit in them, a healthy habit. I've said it before, but it is worth repeating many times over. As parents, we cannot know how our kids will turn out. Trust me, as a recovering type A personality, it pains me to say that. But one thing that we can do is to give them the resources, experiences, and to model good behavior for them in the hopes that they will use it to grow into successful adults. Well, that and one other thing. Hi, I'm Amanda L. Grossman from moneyprodigy.com, where I partner with mama bears like you to teach your kids how to manage money. What if I told you that there's one thing you can do right now with your child that will ensure some future successes handling their money as an adult? Now that's exciting. Here's the one thing. Plant healthy money habits into their brains so that they'll be more likely to do them on autopilot in the future. So how do you instill a good habit in your child? Have you ever heard the phrase, humans are creatures of habit? I've got my own habits to attest to this, and I'm sure you do too. Like when I lock the back door each time I come in or go out, or when I check my email first thing when I wake up, probably on the bad habit side. Or how I have to add money to our retirement savings each month before I can think about funding our travel account. I feel icky if I don't. We want to send your child off into the wilds of the real world with good money habits already hardwired into them. But how is any habit hardwired into a child? One of the ways to get your child started is on the habit loop. Research from author Charles Duhigg shows that a habit is actually a loop in your brain. The three components of that loop are the cue, which is the thing that triggers a person to behave in a certain way. It's very specific. For example, when my 2-year-old naps, my brain cues seek decompression. The routine, this is what you do when you're triggered. The behavior itself, for my example above, my routine, and one that I'm keen to change, is to turn on the TV and catch an episode that I've DVR'd of one of our series. And the reward, this is the reward that the person gets from behaving in that way. In the example above, my reward for doing this is I don't have to think for 45 minutes and my brain gets a break. Duhigg summarizes it nicely. He quotes, "Put another way, a habit is a formula our brain automatically follows. When I see cue, I will do routine in order to get a reward." We're going to use this to our advantage so that we can instill some excellent money habits into your child. So, habits, you're excited about this, right? Like your child's initial cue for doing any of the money chores we'll discuss below is you telling them to. You establish it as a routine chore in your household, just like putting plates away in the dishwasher or scrubbing their bathroom counter. And you establish that there's an expectation that chores are done. But gradually, your child will internalize this cue. It'll become a natural part of their routine because they're consistently carrying it out. Pretty soon, it'll feel weird for them not to do it. Sort of like when you have kids home all summer and then it feels weird when they go back to school and they're not around anymore. And the reward? Well, it might be an external reward to begin with, depending on whether or not you reward them in some way for chores. But eventually, they'll internalize the rewards as well. Hint, you can quicken the process of making them intrinsically motivated to do these money chores if you tie the money chores to their actual personal money goal. So pick in the money habits to give your child. The way you want to introduce these money habits is by introducing money chores on top of your child's normal set of chores. You want to show your child that these are repetitive money tasks they need to do and that you do to be successful. By the way, you don't have to have money chores or tasks or habits that you're proud of. Now's the perfect time to jump on this with your child. Your finances will completely change from doing this. So, how do you pick the money habits to give your child? The first place to start is to ask yourself some questions, like what money habits are serving me well right now? Which of your money habits did you have to learn the hard knocks way and you'd rather your child start the habit at an early age? 3 great money habits to instill in your child, because I'm not going to leave you hanging. That's not my style. Aside from the money habits you've decided you want to hardwire into your child's brain, I've got 3 great money habits that would be awesome for your child to do. Money habit number 1, Check your numbers. Where you put your attention grows. Aside from that, you don't want to miss fraudulent transactions. You don't want to underestimate the amount you've spent. You don't want to lose track of where you're at. So you want your child to consistently check their numbers. Likely, right now, they don't have a bunch of money numbers to check. But here are a few they might have. Their checking account balance, their piggy account balance, although you want to be careful with this one because it's best to tie it in with the money savings goal that they have so that they aren't tempted to spend their piggy bank balance once they find out how much money they have and they're aware of it and excited. Leftover allowance money they have. When they become aware of that, they can shuffle this into their savings goal and that'll help them along the way. Money chore frequency for this one, I would say, is weekly. Money habit number 2, manage your receipts. It's always a good idea to check up on how much money you spend and to make sure that there aren't any fraudulent purchases occurring on your account. Not to mention, there are ways to get rewarded for your receipts. For example, your child can earn money using the CoinOut app by scanning in all their receipts and yours too if you'll let them. Here's what the CoinOut app people have to say about kids using their app. Quote, kids can use the app as you only need to enter a phone number to sign up. They will have to have receipts to scan, but they can cash out to a gift card so they wouldn't need a bank account to redeem cash earned on the app. Exciting, right? Encourage your child to keep all their receipts in a shoebox or other location. Then once a week, have them add up how much they spend, scan their receipts into an app like CoinOut app, if you're into that, and make sure their account reflects these purchases and no others. I would say this money chore frequency is weekly. And money habit number 3, check in with your money goals. Does your child have a money goal they're saving up for? Like a bike, a video game, Pokemon cards, or they might even be saving up for an iPhone? They need to consistently check in with their money goals. By doing so, they'll be more likely to actually meet them. Plus, if they are disappointed with the progress they've made, then it's an excellent time to talk with them about where they could improve to get back on track to get what they want. This money chore frequency, I would say, is weekly to bi-weekly. So these are some really good habits for your kids to not only master, but to have hardwired into their brain, the kind that will make a real difference to their bottom line and life satisfaction in the years and decades to come.